I just decided to have a little moment there. As you probably know, for all my viewers who are NASCAR fans, Mars Incorporated, the manufacturer of M&M candies, Skittles, Snickers, plus other candy brands, parting NASCAR indefinitely or fully following the 2022 season. My thoughts on this is definitely emotional because I followed NASCAR ever since I was a kid and the M&M car since I was a kid. You got a guy who has 2 championships. Both were in that car with Toyota. It's just the comparison between so we'll talk about a few things here. The first thing that we'll talk about is what does this possibly mean for Mars's future and along with Kyle Busch's future. I'm sorry about the light there, guys. There's nothing I can really do about it, but the glare over there. There's no blinds, so I'm sorry. There's nothing I can really do about it. Now, actually, the first thing that we'll talk about is why do I think the reason is that Mars is leaving NASCAR. My thought, the reason why Mars is leaving NASCAR is because it's possibly because of the reason of possibly the contract or the money. You got to think about the time that General Mills left NASCAR and then they came back in 2008 to sponsor Bobby Labonte. And now they're only sponsoring part-time with Austin Dillon of RCR, Richard Childress Racing. And obviously Lowe's departing NASCAR a few years back with Jimmy Johnson and his final year, just before his final year in the sport, before he went to IndyCar. And now to hear the news, just finding out yesterday that Mars will be leaving NASCAR at the end of the 22 season. I really hope that they will come back at some point in time, just like Cheerios did. I do not know the reason why they're leaving, but it has been 3 decades. Yes, 3 decades since the 90s that Mars has been in the sport. So you go from 98 to 2010 that M&M's has been in the sport for, but Mars has been in the sport since 96 or 97 with the Skittles brand, Mars Wrigley. Of course, you start with Derek Cope, and then you go on to Ernie Irvin, who drove the first M&M's paint scheme in a Pontiac in 1998. And then you go on to Ken Schrader in the year of, I think, 1999 or the year of 2000. It was 2000, yeah, because I remember Jerry Nadeau took over when Irvin had that career-ending injury at Michigan after his wreck over at Michigan. And that was when M&M's became a primary sponsor of the sport. But then you go to Ken Schrader in 2000, and then in 2004 you go to Elliott Sadler, and then in 2007 for just a year you got David Gilland, and then in 2008 the two-time champion Kyle Busch, who I think he said he had at least 55 plus wins in that car with. Just looking behind me, very good to see any of my relatives are home. But this thing I decided to really talk about because obviously for all the NASCAR fans out there, even if they're, not fans of Kyle Busch, but they like the car, I mean, it's still emotional for all the Kyle Busch fans and, young children just to not see the M&M paint scheme anymore or any of the candy paint schemes anymore just because Mars is leaving. It has been announced, however, that Interstate Batteries starting in 2023 will become the primary sponsor for JGR and Kyle Busch. Do I think Kyle Busch is going to step down from the 18 in JGR or possibly become a part-time driver in the Cup Series? No, I don't think so. Do I believe Ty Gibbs is possibly going to take over for it if he does step down? If we do get word over the media that he does step down in 2023? Maybe. Because, Joe Gibbs likes, to get talented drivers. He's got some championships, obviously, some with Jeff Gordon, some with, let's see, I think, some with Tony Stewart, and obviously Kyle Busch, two of them with Kyle Busch. But, to find out now that Mars is leaving and all that stuff, I really think that possibly the contract, it's probably their contract or the money. I really don't think it's the money. It's probably a contract that, their extended contract. But Kyle Busch had actually himself had sent out a tweet on Twitter here just yesterday thanking Mars for all the years that they've sponsored him. But I just wanted to let you guys all know that Mars is actually stepping down. It's all over the media if you want to check it out. Because if you don't believe me, check it out over Google. It's all over Google. Everybody's saying it. The media's all over. It's gone viral, all over Google and social media. You know, it's gone viral. There's a couple YouTubers who have already said something about it and that. But anyways, that's what this video was about. Was Mars leaving NASCAR following this coming season. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll get back with more videos hopefully soon.